okay, this story. Okay, this is a fun one. So for some backstory and context, back in, I want to think it was July of 2021, I was scrolling through Tumblr and I came across a prompt, basically of the boys playing the game The Floor is Lava. Now, I had never actually played it much with my own siblings, but I loved the idea, so I wrote a fic, or fic lit, it was really short, of, the boys playing The Floor is Lava, and, Ledge not playing along because he's a wet towel, and then that was it, and, I thought, anyways, I don't love these eyelashes, but I don't hate them either. Let's see how this goes. Anyways, I thought that was it. I honestly thought, okay, it's over now. I wrote the thing. It's fun. Let's move on. But then the original poster, I am 1142, who was then 1142. They've since had blog troubles and renamed. Anyways, they posted a follow-up, another prompt, and I was like, how can I resist? So I wrote that one too. And then they posted another one, and this time they tagged me. And I was like, well, now I'm kind of obligated. And this is fun. So I wrote the other one. And then another one. And it kind of spiraled until we eventually wrote a fic where basically the boys played The Floor is Lava until the floor actually became lava, and then Legend died because he wasn't playing along. It was fun. It was a ton of fun. Anyways, I wrote it, and I thought, okay, this is the end. Sort of. And it was, to a point. But because I had been working with somebody else, Mulder, we ended up becoming buddies, and we jokingly called ourselves Lava Monsters. Now, not long after this entire thing happened, the Tumblr family started to form. Now, for some reason, a lot of people seem to be under the impression that I created the Tumblr family, and the truth of it is that I did not, in fact, create the Tumblr family. That honor goes to the amazing Corvid Arsonist and Sapphic Loser 16, who created the Tumblr family on accident. They were jokingly saying, oh, we're soulmates, like, we're meant to be together because we have so many things in common, and somebody went, when's the wedding? And instead of, just, like, blowing off, like, ha ha ha, oh yeah, really funny, they're like, what if we got married? And so they scheduled a wedding, a Tumblr wedding, together, where they would get, married, so to speak, and we were all congratulating them. I followed Sapphic Loser for a while before then. So I was like, oh, hi, yay, you're getting married. Congrats for you. And then it was kind of like, yeah, congrats for you too. We're adopting you. And I was just like, okay, great. I've always wanted, parents present in my life. This is awesome. And so, as a joke, I thought it was a joke, and it was. It started out as a joke. They adopted 2 others, including Mulder. I am 1142. And somebody else named Ballad. Now, I wish I could tell you Ballad's username, but I can't remember it for the life of me, and that makes me a bad sister. I know, but it has been so long, and we have not remained in contact. Anyways, it was just the 5 of us at first, but then Ballad brought in I'm gonna use they for everybody that I don't know the pronouns for, because it has been a long time since I've contacted most of these folks. I'll either use the pronouns that they were using at the time, or, yeah, I think Ballad was a she. But I don't remember the pronouns of her partner. So I'm gonna say they. Anyway, Ballad introduced us to Dark Dart, and I think that's their tag name. Dark is what we called them. And she's like, this is my partner. And they're like, hi. And we're like, hey, welcome to the Tumblr family. We're happy to have you. And we thought that was it. And we were wrong, because not long after, they introduced us to their first child, Pufferfish. and it was legit just a picture of a pufferfish, which was great because it was awesome. We loved it. But because we started joking that, oh my goodness, it's the first grandbaby, oh, we're aunts and uncles now, naturally that started a thing. And people were like, oh, this is fun. You guys have this fun thing going on. Can we join this Tumblr family? And before you know it, there's aunts and uncles, there's cousins, there's grandparents, there's this whole thing going on. And I'm over here going, yes, this is very nice. This is very nice indeed. But I'm not going to do this. I'm going to remain happily single because relationships make no sense, and I'm happy to be by myself, and I'm not going to adopt anybody, because I already have enough kids in my life to be responsible for. Goodness knows I don't need pretend children to add to my list. In hindsight, I was very foolish. I was like, I already helped raise 7 kids, I don't need more. That didn't end up staying true. Before you know it, I got asked by somebody, hey, I want to join the Tumblr family. Can I? And I was like, yeah, just talk to Ballad and Safi. And then one of the kids, I don't remember whom it was, but it was either Telly, Bonnet, or Lassie. They're like, can you adopt me? And I couldn't say no. I just couldn't. And honestly, one of the best decisions I've ever made. I do not regret in any ways saying yes. So, I say yes, and all of a sudden, yay, I am a mom, and, one thing leads to another, and before I know it, I have 6 children. And it's Cheesecake, the only boy, and then Lassie, Bonnet, Telly, Arsonistic Scholar, who never got a nickname, except for maybe Arsonist, and Ania, whose tagline is Triforce of Courage, or Triforce of Chaos, and it was a 6, and we were just an offshoot of the Tumblr family at first. There was nothing special, necessarily, about us. Well, at the time. I made his head so much bigger. Fudgy buttons. Anyways, we were just an offshoot of the original Tumblr family, and then Ania started to share some stuff. Namely, Ania started to share incidents, which were, Ania was our Hyrule. Like, Telly was our Sky, I was titled the Twilight, but Ania was our Hyrule, cooking and all. And we loved her for it. But she would share her cooking incidents, and I honestly thought that with all the cooking incidents, that was it. That was the only stuff we were going to deal with, and I was so wrong. I was so very wrong, because it was a lot more than that. Dang, Hyrule's looking good. Sorry. Anyways, yeah, she would post just stuff of her, trying to cook and not being able to cook, or attempting to cook and doing so with mixed results, usually poor results. And I honestly thought that was the extent of the arsonistic tendencies of my family, and I was happy to just be, as Mulder and I called ourselves, a lava monster. But I was sorely mistaken in attempting to even believe that my adoptive children were anything close to sane. I stepped out for a day to work on a fic, Shimmering Scales, I believe it was, and next thing I know, I'm logging in, I'm posting a throwaway line about the fic, I'm logging out, which is actually important. And then I come back hours later, maybe even a day later, and there's messages of, do you see what your children are up to? And Mom, don't be mad, and stuff like that. And I'm like, what happened? I was only gone a day. And so I go through my entire Tumblr feed, and I find multiple threads that all started with one thing. Uncle Lynn, who I think is into the linked verse, posted, I'm going away for the day, don't burn anything down while I'm gone. And my kids took that as a challenge. And they're like, but what if we did burn things down? What if we burned down Hyrule Field? What if we burned down Dink and his house and all this stuff? And it just went kablooey, for lack of a better term. It was a whole thing. They started posting GIFs, pictures, emojis, just fire everywhere. And they were role-playing that they were burning everything down. They were using wild fire weapons and all that. And then I happened to have logged on to post my thing, and they go, oh my gosh, Mom's here, everybody be quiet. Mood, honestly, on that. But then I logged out, and they're like, oh, it's okay, it's fine. And then I come back, and they're like, Mom, don't be mad. And I go through it, and I see it all, and I'm like, my goodness. Now, I'm presented with two options at this point, and they are the following. One, I can do as I was trained, since I don't even know when, and be a good parent. I mean, I helped raise my siblings. But, like, be a good parent and scold and say this is ridiculous and you should behave better, play up the parent role as a joke. Or I could have fun with it. And you guys know me. I hope you know what I would choose. In the long run, I chose to have fun with it. I'm like, guys, why would I be upset? You guys know me. I'm a lava monster, and you guys are taking after your mama. Oh my goodness, you're little lava monsters, my little lava children. And I don't remember who said it first. I don't, for the life of me, know who said it first. But somebody called me Lava Mama. And I was like, never mind, nobody say anything to me. From now on, this is my title. I don't want to hear you call me anything else. And I said it jokingly, sort of. But they actually started calling me Lava Mama. And I loved it. And it just became what people called me. Now, of course, afterwards there was some discourse and stuff that happened in the Lava family, which many people are aware of, and if you're not, you probably don't want to know. But there was an argument, and the entire Tumblr family kind of just shattered and fell apart. But somehow, the Lava family stayed intact. Granted, I lost a child in the incident, Ania. Bless her wherever she is. She decided to leave the Lava family, which I respect that decision. It made me sad, but, she has a right. And she left the Lava family, and the rest of the Tumblr family just kind of fell apart. Some people got booted off of the family tree that Dart had made, and it was a whole mess. But then, after it was all over, somebody, I think it was actually Fox, was the one who rejuvenated the Lava family. And for that, I will always be grateful because, yeah, it means a lot to me. But Fox wanted to switch. They're like, hey, I love my current family in the Tumblr family, but they're not very active because their parents were, I think I'm using the right pronouns. I'm sorry, Fox, if I'm using the wrong pronouns, hun. but their current parents were Clay Brownie 7566 and the Sacred Twink, who weren't very active at the time. And like, I was wondering if I could be your kid as well as their kid, and I'm like, yes, of course, 100%, as long as they're okay with it. And they were okay with it. And so, I gained a new child. And then, I gained a new child, and somebody else went, hey, would you adopt me? And it kind of spiraled from there. I ended up adopting another one, and another one, and another one, and then I started getting kids going, hey, this is my partner. Actually, it was more like, oh my goodness, Bonnet eloped and didn't tell anyone. And I was like, oh, we get told. I would have loved to know. But then we met Ollie. Awesome. I love that Ollie's here with us. And then another person wanted to join the family, and another person, and some Anons, and then basically a lot of people were like, hey, can we join the Lava family? Because it was all that was left of the Tumblr family as a whole. And I mean, how could I say no to these folks? They're all lovely people. So I said yes. And then, it spiraled. I ended up adopting the Twinks, and Twinks Between Worlds, and all of them, I love having them in the family. But then they introduced me to their partner, Howl. Howl's at the Sun, I think, is their username. And they and Ollie both asked, hey, do we get to call you Mama Lava as well? Since we've kind of married into the family. And I'm like, yes, 100%. You guys get to use that as well. That's yeah. And then somebody else asked, and they're like, I'm not in the family, but can I use it? I'm like, yeah, go for it. Anybody can use it. And it just became a thing until I kind of just adopted the persona of, I'm the LU fandom mama of a kind. I mean, like, I'm not in charge of everybody, and nobody has to report to me or anything, but if you want to call me mama, go with it. I'm happy with it. And honestly, I love it. Don't feel bad about calling me that. I know a lot of people have questioned if it's okay. I love it. Go for it. It's as much my name at this point as any other name that I go by, be it Keto, be it Bo, be it Bocatito, be Teacup, Idiot, Flaming Idiot, Bocetto Child. My real name, actually, Mama Lava is more me than my real name, considering the stigma around my real name. But yeah, so that's the story behind how I became the Mama Lava. And in the meantime, I've been drawing Hyrule, and I think he looks good. He's not finished, but yeah. Anyways, I hope that made sense. I hope you enjoyed, and yeah. If you have any more questions, feel free to send them to me. And if you guys liked this story time kind of thing, I'm happy to do it again. Just shoot me whatever you'd like. Anyways, that's it for now. Thanks for the ask. Bye.